hope she's just like you.
Now on to track 3 of Before and Afterlife. Eric Hutchinson's new record, but now by the time you're hearing this, I don't know how these are going to come out. It might have been out for a while now, but this is the 3rd track, and it's called I Hope She's Just Like You. This is a wonderful sentiment, and I must say, every 5 years in the Aquarian Weekly for my reality check, I write something about my wife and I, my 10th anniversary, 15th. And every year, somebody inevitably comes up to me and goes, man, you got me in so much trouble by writing this, man. my wife wants me to say those things, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing I was thinking of when I knew that Scarlett was a girl, and we find out in ultrasound that you're going to have a girl.
Right.
And you're looking at, in the first track, this is the best part, and then you guys are going through the ultrasound, and now you're kind of thinking, I hope Zelda is just like Jill.
Right.
And it's just a beautiful sentiment. This short and to the point song, once again reflecting the first 2 numbers, settling on direct language, wholly focused on bringing the emotions to the fore, begins with an acoustic intro, not unlike, and I likened it a little bit to Nick Drake. You like Nick's work?
Yeah, sure.
It reminded me a lot like that. That's where that tuning thing came in, I think,
right,
a little
yeah.
bit. Kind of has that English feel, or some early 1970s English folk artists. The melody is romantically expressed with a sweet tone of hopefulness. This working through surprise and excitement to acceptance. And then the bane of the new parent. Planning, dreaming of how she will be, how the baby will turn out. Like myself, Eric as the daddy completely heaps all of the personality, spirit, and physical beauty over to our wives. And I did that really internally. I didn't really write it the way you did. So I'm glad you put this down, because it really is something I want to play for Erin, just so you can hear what I was thinking too. And this is and I wrote down, this is what happens when one marries up.
Exactly.
Right.
I hope she has your eyes. I hope she has your smile. I hope she has your replies.
I hope she has your eyes. I hope she has your smile. I hope she has your replies. All those things that, it's a great way of wanting to see past the ultrasound, past the childhood, to when she's a young woman.
I hope she has a style. I hope she's happy quite naturally. I hope she's wild and free. I hope she's just like you.
I also think, for me, as I said before, I created a rule for myself the last few albums where I wasn't allowed to say anything negative about myself. And, I think the other way of writing this song would have been, here's the ways I hope you're not like me. But that was...
Did you consider that?
Not exactly, but yes, I thought about a lot of the things I don't like about myself, or the insecurities and things that I was afraid that, she'll end up with or something. And so there's certain lines in this song even where I'm saying I hope she's like you in that regard, and like one of them is I hope she's happy quite naturally, which is like sort of a, Jill is a genuinely happy person and just kind of self-populates that. And, as I've talked about in other work, it's sometimes harder for me. So like that's a way of being like, this song is definitely finding a positive spin to like deliver this information. And for that reason, I think, it's sometimes almost like so sweet, like it's almost a little embarrassing to me,
I hope she's shining your light. I hope she's under your skin. I hope she puts up your fights. I hope she gives you your spin. I hope she's candid and so unrehearsed. I hope she dives in head first. I hope she's just like you.
Well, as I said about our colleague and friend Stephen Kellogg's new record, He writes so personally about his kids and his family and everything, but it never seems maudlin to me. It doesn't seem kitschy. That's a very fine line to walk. You know, my editor, Bernadette Malavacca, from my last book, Accidentally Like a Martyr, she said, it's amazing the tightrope you walk with this guy. You want to hate him and shake him and make him stop, and then there's an empathy for him, then there's also an awe of the creativity of a Warren Zevon. But that's the way I kind of feel sometimes when you start to deconstruct yourself. Because, you know, when Zelda gets older, you'll see that with, we do this with Scarlett. She argues everything just like you. She's got to argue.
Right.
That's classic you. That's you.
Right, yeah.
You know, or she's got to be shy about everything. That's you, Aaron. She's got to be shy. Why can't she just go out there and play the piano recital without, And so that's the other part of it, as she starts to develop the personalities that you guys.
But this song is really more a love song. Well, this is an interesting one. It's the third out of 5 on this side, and it's sort of the crossroads between who my wife is and where my daughter's going to end up. Right. And
can I say this is also the second song in a row in which you're talking to your daughter?
Yeah, that's interesting. And I think it is a celebration of my wife, Jill, though. It is, as much as it could have gone like, oh, I hope you're not depressed like I am all the time. To me, it was also like, these are all these great qualities in this person that's your mom, So.
That's why it's a great literary device. You're using this child that you guys created together to say all the things that you love about your wife.
Right.
Period.
I'm a genius.
You are a genius. It's unbelievable. Let's wrap it on that.
And I hope she knows no fear for 1,000 years. And I hope she's never less than true. And I hope she breaks down walls and she wants it all. And I hope she's just like you.
The band, as I continue here, eases in on the end of like you. So the last part of it is I hope she's just like you.
Right.
So you say all these things, and then you say I hope she's just like you, which I love. So the band kind of eases in at that point. They join you.
Yep.
As if underlining and foreshadowing. A piano line, a groove reminiscent, again, as I said, of early Billy Joel or a McCartney-esque ballad, that provides a heroic voice to the everyman. Not quite, but perhaps overwhelmed by the circumstances. See, the music to me makes this Homeric. There's a heroism to this. Because you're putting these things onto her that you hope will be there, but already exist in her. They already exist in Jill. Right. You chose Jill, and we don't choose how our children are going to be. We can put as much as we can love and theory and experience, all those things to our kids, but we don't know. I have every once in a while I find that thing in myself. I'm like, my father would say that, or this is classic Phyllis, like my mom. But then there's many things that none of it, like I completely rejected that they instilled in me. So, there's that.
Right.
Am I scaring the shit out of you now?
Not at all.
I'm scared. Anyway, so the band then maneuvers nimbly into the chorus after another verse, as if following the singer's hopefulness, as the song brings home the narrator's most comfortable aspects of vocal techniques. This is the songsmith at work, lifting the proceedings immediately into a sing-song chorus that continues its visions into a musical turnaround worthy of the musicians that are here at play. It is wholesomely understated tenderness that carries the lyric. And I cannot say that enough. The band and you are right there. The way you were with the Believers, with the songs that you did. Everybody's all in on the expression.
And that, I think we haven't really talked about that yet so far, what we've been talking about, but a lot of these songs, I made the conscious choice not to have a bridge instead, and then to concentrate on more musicality. And so a lot of these songs have solos instead of another verse. Especially like right up into the end, I was even still cutting stuff to make room for, I would have liked to have had these songs be 8 minutes long with all the solos, because I just loved hearing these people play. And this is Patrick Bartley playing a saxophone solo here that's just beautiful and very articulate. that's one of my favorite things listening back to these songs is really getting to hear these performances from the band.
Yeah, I mentioned that in another paragraph, but yes, a wonderful sax solo. Once again, I write here, once again, and I guess it's time to ask, this is the third song in which we have a repeated line. In the best part, I believe, I believe, I believe. Cry, 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 and ultrasound. This time, I hope she's just like you. Like you're really trying to visualize what it would be.
Yeah, this one feels a bit meditative in that way of like, I'm powerless, but I'm sort of just concentrating on these things. And I mean, I guess, if I was a more religious person, I might be praying.
Yeah.
The song could be, I pray she's just like you.
Right. Whatever the universe grants her.
Right.
It should be you. And it always reminds me of watching a sporting event. We all do it. The joke about, if I wear the same jersey or if I sit in the same spot. Or
right.
They're scoring now, so I'm not going to move. I'm not going to answer the phone. Those little things we play with each other. One of the things that really was added to my anxiety was just the fact that I'm a control freak and I'm now have to let go of that. And that really was a maturation for me in my 30s to be able to, or geez, in my 40s. I was in my 40s to let go. And I was never able to do that prior to Erin being pregnant. I don't know if you found that to be the case, but
I'm still figuring it out. But I think this song is a little bit of that, of letting go, of just giving my best wishes of like, I hope she's this way. But like you said, she's probably going to be however she's going to be. And
we're raising a meat-eating nun. No, my wife's vegan and an atheist, so that would work.
I hope she knows no fear for 1,000 years, and I hope she's never less than true. I hope she breaks down and she won't say oh. And I hope she's just like you.
But I think, this song especially was in a time where Jill was really unhappy while she was pregnant, and I was writing this song as really, a reminder of all the things that I loved about her. So I think that's really where the song came from.
That's sweet. And finally, the bluesy sax solo, as Eric mentioned, takes over, and the piano's jazzy chords really do give it a space to roam. And it is a departure, I believe, from any previous Eric Hutchinson song. I think this one really does ease us into the album the way it's going to go, which once again is a stark indication of where he has gone this time for accompaniment. It is in these subtle additions to the songs where you can hear his vision for this record, the smooth transition. And this is not an easy, it's not easy, but it sounds easy the way they do that. Back into the pop sensibilities of the chorus. In other words, the verses have more of a jazzy feel, I think, and then the chorus really is classic Hutchinson, I think. and they go with you. And this becomes, I write the last thing, this becomes ever more impressive with the outro that again slides into this bluesy a la Ella Fitzgerald interlude, where the band makes its mark so soundly, Eric can't help but yell, "Woo!"
Yeah.
It's like you were responding like, wow, these guys are really kicking it right now.
I think so. I really love this part of the song. It's one of my favorite moments on the whole album of just, where it's a sweet song, but then this sort of is an extra like coda and an oomph to it that's, everyone gets to flex their blues chops a little bit more, and it just gives the song a little bit more of an oomph at the end,
I hope she's just like you.
it's an exclamation point on the end of the song.
And everybody seems to be having a great time. And from my experience there, everybody worked really hard, but there was a good time vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And this one, that kind of stuff to me is the most fun, where I get to let them take off and be the awesome musicians that I brought them in to be. So like that stuff is fun for me, where I get to just be a participant and get to listen though too.
That is cool. All right, so on to the next song, in which once again Jill takes center stage.
Yes.
We continue on these great songs from the brand new album Before and Afterlife. Eric Hutchinson.
I hope she